Good evening. As most of you know, I'm Tina. I travel a lot for work and for fun, on average 5 or 6 times per year. Do you know anyone who absolutely loves to pack? Neither do I. And for this reason, I started to find out on travel hacks. These are clever and efficient productivity tricks, shortcuts, and skills to make any travel easier and lighter. Inspired by my own experience and illustrated by pics taken from some of the thousands of sites on internet that you can find on this topic, I'm going to talk about some creative ideas to help you keep your next trip easy busy and hassle-free. You can't take everything you want on a trip, but you can usually bring everything you need. However, people tend to carry too much baggage. No, I'm not talking about emotional baggage. I'm talking about the carry-on bag that takes 2 flight attendants plus a bodybuilder to lift into the overhead compartment. Doesn't matter if you are going away for a few nights or for a fortnight. There's no need to carry more luggage than needed. Overpacking for a trip is a rookie mistake and a costly one at that. Pack too much and your free carry-on will suddenly become a 50 euros check bag. Plus, if your bag is bursting when you arrive, how are you going to bring all those sweet souvenirs back home? This should go without saying, but take a moment to check the weather forecast for your destination before you start shoving stuff into a suitcase. There is a nominal but bone-chilling difference between 40 degrees and with clear skies and 20 degrees and raining. So make sure you are adequately prepared. Is it going to rain? Pack a rain suit or something that you can get wet and dry quickly. Is it going to be hot? Pack shorts. And don't forget, do you need a bathing suit or some swim clothes? Once you know the weather forecast, pack each day in advance. This will help you decide how many pieces of clothing to take. Keep in mind that you can always buy a cheap t-shirt or a pair of shorts at your destination. You will regret it if you pack too much, but if you pack too little, you can always compensate for it. Remember, probably every town you have ever been in has had a laundromat. Besides, you can pack several lightweight layers. This will work well for both hot and cold weather, as you can add more if you are too cold and take some off if you are too hot. There are two schools of thought when it comes to putting clothes into bags, folding and rolling. Folded clothes are less likely to wrinkle but take up more space. Conversely, rolled clothes will wrinkle if stored improperly, but take up a fraction of the space as when folded. Of course, there's nothing to say you can use both methods, which actually you should. Rolling does not necessarily make up clothes more wrinkled. You simply need to be careful that when you roll clothes, you don't roll in any wrinkle. Roll the item as flat as possible. If you aren't very good at rolling, avoid rolling items with wrinkle easily. Collared shirts and dressier items should be always folded. As a tip, you can use a belt to avoid wrinkles on the collared shirts. Additionally, if you fold blazers inside out, you will avoid that they get dirty. Packing shoes and boots for travel can be a nightmare. Don't leave shoe packing until the last minute and stuff your socks inside your shoes if there is no other room for them. It will also keep the shoes shape. If you have any other small trinkets, you can put that in your shoes too. Pack your shoes in a shower cap you'll never use. You can put them away without damaging any other items or making them dirty. And of course, you can use also a grocery bag. As Spanish wines are famous around the world, when I visit a friend from other countries, usually I take a Rioja wine as a present. I never had a bottle of wine broken in my luggage, and I'll chalk that up partially to good luck and partially to good packing because I transport wine in my shoes. Let's now move on toiletries. Travel-sized toiletries are often more expensive relative to their normal-sized counterparts, but sometimes it's an issue of convenience and efficiency. The quantity of gels and liquids that you can carry on an airplane is limited, or maybe you are packing up when you realize that your travel-sized toothpaste is nearly empty. For these cases, I'm going to show you some tricks. For instance, you can use drinking straws to store toiletries. Hit one end of a straw with a lighter, then crimp it with your fingers or a multi-tool and fill the straw with the desired seasonings and repeat the process on the other end. Store in a plastic bag in case of a leak. You can also use an old contact lens case as a makeup compartment. Or have you ever thought about refilling a travel toothpaste to you? Another option is transfer your favorite toothpaste into an empty eyedropper bottle. To ensure that your powders arrive in one piece, use cotton balls or discs to protect your makeup while traveling. But nothing worse than coming home from a long flight to find your shampoo all over everything in your bag. I have an easy fix. Put some plastic wrap under the caps of your bottles. Even if you use Ziploc bags as required by airlines, this method still saves you from losing all the shampoo, lotion, whatever, and keep it from getting all over other toiletries. Or you can duct tape on tops onto your travel toiletries to avoid a surprise when you open up your suitcase. All you need is a simple binder clip and you can protect yourself from razor cuts and protect your razor from catching on things. I'm sure that organizing your earphone wires isn't exactly the number one thing on your to-do list, but a really easy way to keep them neat is just with a binder clip. Every traveler needs to have emergency travel money. Whether you are losing your wallet or getting robbed without some emergency money hidden somewhere, you can find yourself, well, totally screwed. You just never know when you are desperately going to need some fast cash. All you need is an old tube of, for instance, lip balm and some money, of course. Roll up the money, insert it into your empty lip balm tube, and now you have an easy and tricky way to hide your emergency cash just like a ninja. Finally, an eyeglass case can be used to hold earphones, jewelry, manicure kit, or battery chargers. Don't panic if you forget your charger. The television in your hotel room can fill in as a substitute. In a nutshell, packing for a trip is easy when you plan ahead by following these tips. Remember to pack according to the weather, location, and activities plan. Packing a suitcase is a bit of science. And that's all. Thank you very much for your attention and have a nice trip.